Good morning. It is Saturday. It's May 8th. On here in a long time. I'm gonna try to edit this old vlog and get that put up. And so you guys have seen that before you see this. But this is me actually vlogging in like the current time. I've been gone for many months. Basically my whole life just kind of got really stressful. You guys didn't know, my husband, his youngest sister, she was living with us for a couple years, but that just didn't work out. There's a lot of, whatever. So anyway, it was a really stressful time in my life, and I just had no extra energy for anything, really. I'm just now starting to get back into like all my hobbies and, reading and gaming and writing, vlogging. So I'm just now starting to be able to like finally get back to everything. So that's cool on all my life. Saturdays I normally go hiking with my friend Angie, which she is fully vaccinated. She's been fully vaccinated for a couple months now because she's a teacher. So I am getting my second dose on Monday because my work is doing an on-site clinic for us. So I've already had my first dose, and then I get my second dose on Monday. So then I will be fully vaccinated 2 weeks after Monday. But Angie's already fully vaccinated, just like an FYI. Just so you guys know, and she's the only person I hang out with besides my husband, who I live with, obviously. We're gonna go there, we're gonna hike, it's like a 3-mile trail, and we're gonna do that today, and then we normally hang out after that, so I don't know what we'll do, but sometimes we come back here and we'll just watch Queer Eye, because she hadn't seen it before, and I was like, you have to see Queer Eye, and she saw it, and she's like, oh my god, it's like the purest show, and I was like, I know! It's like so wholesome, and honestly, Queer Eye just puts me in a good mood no matter what, because it's just, it's so good! You just feel so good. And after I watch Queer Eye, I normally end up cleaning my entire house, because I'm like, it rained all day, so we couldn't do it, so last Saturday I just kind of hung out by myself, and it was kind of good, because I got a lot of stuff done. I got some writing done, I got some gaming done, I was very productive. Let's see, another update you guys will need to know about. See all these boxes right there? We're moving next month. Found a really great apartment, and the complex is only 8 minutes from my job and 8 minutes from his job, which is great because currently the one we live at is 25 minutes, and it sucks so much. Well, I say that, but actually, I just got a new car. Oh, I just finished Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series by Holly Jackson. I just finished that 2 days ago. It was so good. It was so good. I was like, oh my god. And I was so mad because I was like, fuck. The next book isn't coming out for a long time. And I'm just like, I want it now. I think it's coming out this year. I'm being really extra. It's September though. And I'm like, but I want it now. Because, it was so good. It was so good. So I really enjoyed that. And now I'm like, I just want to read thrillers because, oh my god. But I want them all to be as good as that book, which I know is impossible. That's not a thing, but that's what I want. So basically, if you have thriller recommendations that you think I would like, basically my favorites are the Truly Devious series and Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I also really like the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I love those books. I know those are all young adult. I'm trying to think of one that I like that's adult. I've read a couple of adult ones, but all the ones I've read are duds. I read this one called Ghoster. That one was so fucking stupid. I'm still angry about it. I'm so mad. That one sucked. I don't know. I can't think of any adult ones that I've read that have been good, but all the young adult ones I've read have been amazing. So take from that what you will. Me reading A Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Oh, I'm doing the Star Wars readathon thing, which is so awesome. I'm so excited that I found that because I was like, oh my god. I have recently we've been rewatching the Star Wars movies, and we're through all the prequels and all of Luke's. And I think I'm gonna start watching the Star Wars Rebels animated series and Clone Wars because I watched those back in the day. I watched like the first season, and then I haven't continued, and it's all on Disney Plus now. So I think I'm gonna watch that because I love Anakin Skywalker so much. Oh my god. Okay, because when I was growing up, my dad, big Star Wars nerd. Okay, he was there like when the first one came out in theaters, like, you know, he's about it. So when I was about 5 years old, he started having me watch the Star Wars movies with him, and he showed them to me in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 order. So I grew up with Anakin Skywalker, so I have a preference for Anakin Skywalker. Although I will say, rewatching the Luke ones as an adult, I really like them a lot more than I did when I was a kid. I didn't like them as much when I was a kid, but now I'm like, wow, these are actually really fucking good movies. So it's just funny the things that happen when you get older. But I'm on page 133 of A Dance of Thieves, which I was reading this last night, but I fell asleep in my chair. I was so exhausted, you guys. I had to take migraine medicine because, oh my god, my head was killing me. I thought I was gonna die. And so, yeah, it sucked a lot. Jedi Order, obviously. When I was a little kid, and I was like 4, I acted like I had like an earpiece in my ear, and that Yoda was on it, and he was like telling me like the things I had to do. Like he was giving me orders from the Jedi Council. And I was going around killing stormtroopers or whatever. I don't know. I was such a little, I don't know. I loved Star Wars. Like, and it's fun because I got way more into Harry Potter and stuff as I got older and everything. But now that I'm like rewatching Star Wars and stuff, I'm just like remembering how much I love Star Wars. Oh, I've also been reading some Star Wars books. I read the Catalyst one, which is basically the prequel to Rogue One. Which also, Rogue One is like the best fucking movie ever. It's so good. It's so sad. It's amazing. I think that movie was just incredible. Also, my dad said the same opinion. He said that he thinks that's the best Star Wars movie that was ever made. And my dad is like a huge Star Wars nerd. So if he says it, it's a big deal. But yeah, so I love Rogue One, so I read that, and then I also read like the book Rogue One. That's like basically the novelization of the film. It's my Star Wars spread that I did in my journal, which I actually love the way it turned out, and they had like these cool graphics on it, so I just kind of cut out and just like scrapbooked it, because you know, girl can't fucking draw to save her life, so this is what I do. Was sequel or book in a series, which that was Good Girl, Bad Blood, obviously. The next one is For Spirit, a book with paranormal elements. For that, I'm reading Heart Song by TJ Clune, which is the 3rd book in the Green Creekside series, whatever. I love those books. Wolf Song is still like #1, my favorite book of all time. Oh my god, I want to cry. I love it so much. So yeah. That one. Read a book from your favorite genre. For that, it's going to be a fantasy book, and I have checked out Foundry Side, which is a 20-hour audiobook, but it's like, it's going to be this big epic fantasy, like sprawling kind of a world, which is like my favorite thing, so I'm excited. Knowledge, read one of your oldest books on your TBR. For that, I'm doing A Dance of Thieves, because I've owned this for literal years, like back when we were living in our first apartment in Austin, which has been years. So definitely gonna be doing that one. And then Clune's book with a white cover. For that, I'm reading Vox, which I have the arc of that. I've had that for a while too, because I got it when I worked at Barnes & Noble, which I haven't worked there for 2 years. So, and then they also have like, if you finish all of your prompts, you can also do companions, and you can only do, there's certain companions that are only for the light side and for the dark side. So I'm light side. Rebel Alliance, A Book with a Rebellion. For that, I'm reading The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. Resistance, a book from your least favorite genre. For that, I'm reading I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing, because I would say nonfiction is like my least favorite genre, because it's just not my vibe, but I'm actually really excited for I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing, because it's like heralded as one of the best books of all time, because she's amazing, she was iconic, she is anyway. And then there's one more prompt, which is like read the group book, which is An Ember in the Ashes, which is perfect because my friend Ava actually bought that for me for Christmas this past year. So you guys have been here for a while, so like I redid my bookshelves. They're back in author's last name alphabetically ordered because I got sick of the rainbow. I love the rainbow, but like I needed to know where shit went, man. So many fantasy books, they're very dark. So this entire shelf was just black, because all the fantasy books have black fucking spines, and I was just like, that's kind of depressing. This way, at least each shelf has some color to it, you know? See you later! Okay, so we ended up pushing our meeting back like 30 minutes, so I have a little time, and I just wanted to show you guys. This is my new car. Look at her. Well, him, actually. I have decided that it's a him. And his name is Brian, after Brian O'Connor in the Fast and Furious movies, because I'm obsessed. Oh, he's so pretty. He's so sexy. We love to see it. And the funny thing is that I actually have the Impala tattooed on me with Sam and Dean's initials. And I'm not the only person that's made this comparison, but the body style of this a Challenger looks very much like the body style of the 1967 Chevy Impala that Dean and Sam have in Supernatural. So it's not just me, but yeah, I'm very happy I have a beautiful car. So what is up, my dudes? It's Sunday and it's like 12:30 and that's really loud, sorry about it. Anyway, as I was saying, I have been reading A Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, and I'm DNFing it. It's boring. I'm bored. I started skimming, and I was just like, I don't care. I don't care. The pacing in this book has been off since the very fucking beginning. Like, the very beginning of the book was pretty good. And basically our two main characters, they end up like chained to each other by the ankles, and they're like in the wilderness, so they're having to like get along to survive, and they're having to like coordinate their movements and everything. That was all super interesting, but then the pacing was really off, and it was like just giving us short little like snippets of like little moments between them, which that can be very effective, but the way that it was doing it, it just was not at all good. Sorry, that sounds really rude, but it just wasn't. The pacing was really fucking off in this book. Like, I feel like we got through the whole wilderness thing, we got through like that entire conflict in like the first 130 pages. No, I don't really care for these characters. I mean, I like Cassie, I think she's interesting, and Jace is okay, but like they just don't have anything that like you know, like the characters in the Romanovs Chronicles had. They had such like magic and chemistry, and they were all just so interesting in like their own ways and everything. So I like, really the only thing I've been enjoying in this is mentioning the characters from the Romanovs Chronicles. They've been mentioned a couple times, and every time they're mentioned I'm like, oh. But other than that, I just don't care. I just really don't care. And so I gave it like a 2 out of 5. I did get more than halfway through, so like I'm still gonna count it. But I'm just annoyed, and that sucks because this is for like the Star Wars readathon, and I did not like it. Good. I need something that I know is gonna be good, and I know Heart's Song is gonna be good because it's TJ Clune, and it's like my favorite series, and like it's so damn good. So like I know that shit's gonna be good. So that might be what I pick up next, I'm thinking. But now I gotta decide what I want to do, if I want to keep reading or if I'm just kind of bummed out. I'm kind of bummed out. He thinks I put this pillow here for him. I didn't. did not. He's so strange, you guys. He's just so strange. Anyways, speaking of Star Wars, I'm wearing my Star Wars pajamas. Heck yeah, we love to see it. Okay, but yeah, I'm probably gonna read Heart Song because that actually sounds good. And I know I'll like it. I'll update you later. Hey, it's Tuesday morning, and I don't feel good at all. So, yesterday, I went to work, obviously, but they did on-site clinics for us, so like a month ago I got my first dose of the vaccine, and then yesterday was like the on-site clinic to get the second dose, so I did that. But now I feel like garbage. So I went back to work after that and I was okay, and then I came home and stuff, and I was getting tired, but I was mainly fine. And then last night I went to bed, and I had a headache when I went to bed, so I took some medicine before I went to sleep, and then I went to sleep, and then I kept tossing and turning all night waking up because I kept getting like these hot flashes, so I'd be super hot, so I'd kick all the covers off, and then 10 minutes would go by or something, and then I'd be freezing, and I'd have to like completely like bundle back up, and I feel so bad for my husband because I don't think he slept well because I just kept moving. And I couldn't help it because I was just like, it was hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, and that happened like all night. So I don't think I actually got any like good sleep. So anyway, then I woke up this morning and I felt like crap. I woke up like at 6 because I just couldn't go back to sleep. So I came in here to the living room, so hopefully my husband could get a little sleep. And then I was just kind of laying on the couch. And I texted my supervisor and I was like, yeah, I'm nauseous, I'm not coming in. And she gets it. She got the dose too yesterday. But yeah, I feel awful. And so I didn't go to work, and it sucks because I've never called into this job. I've worked there for almost 2 years now, and I've never ever called in. So I hate it. I hate it. Like, I know it's understandable, and like they were honestly expecting people to have to call in because obviously like everybody reacts differently to it, and some people like really just feel like shit, and you know, obviously they're not gonna be able to come to work and like work and stuff, and I have to lift heavy boxes all fucking day and like wrap pallets, and like my job's very physical, so if I feel like this, like there's no way, like it's not a thing. And I get that, and like in my head, like, I mean, I know it's logical, but like I just hate it because I feel bad, and I hate that. And it's just because we're just so busy right now. We're in like our high season and we're behind, and I'm just like, it's just such not a good time for me to be not feeling well. But I mean, it's better than the alternative. I mean, I missed like 1 day of work because I got the vaccine, as opposed to maybe potentially missing a month if I actually got the virus. So I mean, when you look at it that way, it's like, it's good, it's better. Guys, that I DNF'd Dance of Thieves because it was boring AF and I couldn't care less. The pacing was off and I didn't like it, so I DNF'd it like halfway through. And yeah, and then I started Heart Song by T.J. Clune, which is the 3rd book in the Green Creek series, which is like my all-time fave. And I'm currently 7% through that, so that's exciting. And yeah, so I might try to read some of that today when I don't feel like I'm gonna die. Right now I kind of feel like I'm gonna die, so yeah. I did listen to an audiobook while I was at work yesterday. I listened to the Queer Eye Audiobook that they put out a couple years ago. And it's basically just giving us like backstory on how the Fab Five like came together, and how they got casted and stuff like that. And it gives us all a little bit of their backstories and like what growing up was like and everything, and like how they came to like be into what they're into and just all those things. And then the second half is basically like advice from all of them on things you can do to like better yourself. And I really enjoyed it. It was really short. It was good. And yeah, so I read that yesterday as well. Just thought I should mention that. Okay. You're caught up now. I also played a lot of video games yesterday. But bye. Hey guys. I have not talked to you for a couple of days, I don't think. It is Thursday morning and it's like 7:50 and I'm sitting here drinking my coffee and watching some YouTubes. I'm watching Thanks You, which I'm watching one of her studio vlogs because I'm behind. But if you didn't know, I like watching studio vlogs because they're just relaxing, especially like in the morning when I'm kind of still tired and stuff. It's just like a nice thing to watch and it's like relaxing and it doesn't require me to really pay attention and things. So yeah, I'm just watching that. And but I just wanted to update you guys because I got sick after I got my second dose of the vaccine. And I had a migraine all day and I didn't go to work on Tuesday. I was just exhausted. And it was just not a good time. And then yesterday I did end up going to work because I felt better in the morning. And I just went ahead and pushed through and did it, which was good because 2 other people had already called out that had also gotten the vaccine. So it was a good thing that I did go and everything. But that meant that yesterday I got home and I was exhausted because I still wasn't feeling very good. So I took some medicine and I passed out in this chair for like an hour before I got up and went to bed. And so I slept probably like 9 hours last night, maybe more. I don't even know, you guys. Like, I really, really was tired. So I slept a lot. But before I did read some more of my book, which is Heart Song by TJ Clune, which also, side note, I ordered all of those books, like the paperbacks, because I wanted to. I really wanted to own them physically. I own all the books on Kindle, except for the most recent one. I hadn't bought that one yet because it hadn't been out yet when I bought all the first 3. But I just went ahead and bought them all physically because this is like my favorite series of all time and I want to own it. And so those are going to get here tomorrow. I also ordered one of his other books that I think I'm going to really like, Into the River I Drown, and that won an award as well. So I'm really excited to read that, and I want to read basically every single TJ Clune book that exists, but they're expensive, so I couldn't order a bunch, but I did want to order at least one that I hadn't read yet, because I read the first, or I'm reading the 3rd one in the Green Creek series, so I'm gonna read all those. I've read the Extraordinaries. I've read The House in the Cerulean Sea, which I adore. And then I'm going to read, I really want to read his like really weird like fantasy series that's got like the unicorn and like all that shit. That sounds like fun, but that I think I own the first book of that on my Kindle, so that I'll probably read on my Kindle. And then if I end up loving it, I'll probably just order those physically as well. But, oh my god, I'm just so happy. But anyway, I am 69% through on Heart Song. So I'm getting there. I'm probably going to try to finish it today. I was going to finish it last night, and then I was exhausted and fell asleep. So that didn't end up happening. But I do plan to finish it today. I also listened to an audiobook while I was at work yesterday. I listened to half of Foundry Side, which is, it's like a 20-hour audiobook. So I listened to like the first 10 hours of that yesterday at work. Because I listened to mine. This one I'm listening to on 3 times speed, because in Libby you can speed it up to 3 times. Sometimes I listen on 3 times. Sometimes I listen on 2. Sometimes 2.5. It really just depends on the narrator. If they talk really slow, it's all the way up to 3. If they talk relatively normal, it's usually 2 or 2.5. And then if they talk really fast, like Lauren Graham, her audiobook, I remember that's like the only audiobook that I think I listened to on like 1.5. Because I just was like, okay. So I talk really fast, so like I can't stand it when they're just sitting there and enunciating every single syllable. Oh my god, it just irritates the shit out of me. I'm just like, can you shut the fuck up? And just like get on with it. Like, so yeah, I'm so glad that whoever decided we should be able to speed up audiobooks, because yeah, we really, really should. And I know some people speed up YouTube videos. I have not tried that yet. I don't know if I will. I kind of like my YouTube videos to be more of like my YouTube videos are kind of like a chill thing. It's like I watch YouTube when I just want to like kind of relax. Honestly, I think I could just watch YouTube and be happy. I don't think I really need TV. I don't really watch that much TV anyway. But I'm gonna probably finish listening to the audiobook of Foundry Side today at work, because with the speed I'm listening to it at, I only have to listen for 3 hours and I will be done with that, which is exciting. It's not as good as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be so much better. I honestly was gonna DNF it, but then something happened and I was like, oh, I will stick around for this one plot point and see what happens. So hopefully that's interesting, however that works out. I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. Hello, it's Friday, and I just got home from work. Like, I literally just walked in the door. I haven't even taken my shoes off yet. So it's like a little after 6, and I got a package today because I bought myself some stuff because tomorrow's my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna buy myself some shit. So first we have the adult purchase. That doesn't really matter. We're moving soon, so I got some packing tape for the boxes, you know, that kind of a thing. So that's the boring part. The other stuff is more exciting, so I'm gonna grab all these so that I can show you. So first off, we have, oh wow, oh my god. Sorry, I'm getting excited. Okay, first we have A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I'm in Chloe's Patreon, and this is the book for next month, and I was already making an Amazon order, and I had already heard about this book from Riley over at Riley Marie. She read it like a few reading vlogs ago, and she was obsessed. She said it was so fucking good, and the way she talked about it, I was like, I really need that book. So it was already on my radar, and then Chloe was like, this is gonna be our pick for the thing. And I think I remember I like voted for it, and I was like, oh, that's so exciting, and it won, and I was so excited. So yeah, I'm gonna read this, and oh my god, it's so short. It's like it's barely 200 pages. That's amazing. So yeah, no, that's super exciting. I'm really excited about that. But I'm more excited about the next thing I'm going to show you, because it's a lot. Wolf Song by TJ Clune. This is my all-time favorite series. I'm obsessed with it, you guys. I'm like crying about this, honestly. Like, I can't. I'm so happy that this is like, oh my god, I've just opened it for the first time, and I'm literally gonna cry because the way it's formatted just makes me so happy. And there's like plenty of like room for me to like annotate, which I'm definitely gonna reread these and annotate the hell out of these books. I love these books so much. They're so big, they're so thick, they feel so well made. I'm so excited. Oh my god, I can't even tell you. Okay, so I'm just like really happy right now. So Wolf Song is my favorite book in the series. It's the first book. It's my favorite. I love it. Then we have Raven Song, which is the second book. I love them all, really, is the thing. But yeah, then we have Raven Song, and then we have the one I just finished last night that I was telling you guys put me super in my feels, which is Heart Song. Oh my god, yeah. And then finally we have the only one I haven't read yet, which is the last one, and that is Brother Song. I honestly can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm gonna wait though, because I don't like to read these back to back, because I don't want it to be over, and also I need some time because they're so emotional. I love these characters so much. I honestly feel like I haven't loved characters like this probably since I read the Greatcoat series a couple years ago, that's the last time I really remember being really super invested in characters to this degree, was when I first read the Greatcoat series, because Falkio and Kest and Braste, I fell in love with those three characters. I was obsessed, and yeah, so that's like the last time I really remember like being obsessed and in love like I am with these characters. And I would say this is even like more like extreme the way I feel about them. So that's great, that's fun. And then the last book I got is a new well, it's new to me because I haven't read it yet. But it's Into This River I Drown by TJ Clune, which this actually won an award. So yeah, it won the 2014 Lamba Literary Award for Best Gay Romance, and so I'm excited to read it. It sounds really good. Basically, it's about this guy who lost his father, so he's kind of dealing with like his grief and everything. And he like lives in a small town. I grew up in a small town, you guys know that. So I hated it. I'm a city girl for sure. I was born in the wrong area. I was born outside of Dallas. I was born in the city, if we're being real. But my family moved very quickly to a small town. I grew up in small towns. Like, that was just my experience. I grew up in the wrong place, okay? Because I should have grown up in the city, because I love cities so much. That's my preferred place to live, is in a city. So anyway, my point is that I do like reading books about small towns, though, just because I do understand all the weird nuances, like the weird shit about small towns. Like, sometimes when I'm talking to my friends that like grew up in cities, they just look at me like, what the actual fuck? Like, because honestly, if you're from a small town, you know this. It's kind of like being in a cult a little bit. Like, there's some shit that goes down in small towns that just wouldn't fly anywhere else. But he's haunted by ghosts, which is interesting. And then a guy falls from the sky. And that is what I think really sold me when I was like reading, because I want to read all of his books eventually. Like, that's my goal, is to read every single TJ Clune book that has ever existed, is my goal. So that's fun to put out there. It's just his books are very expensive. Rightfully so. Like, he totally deserves it. And on Kindle, they're not very expensive, actually. This is such a gorgeous cover. It sounds like I'm gonna love this book, and I just was like, I might as well. And I already own The House in the Cerulean Sea. I also already own The Extraordinaries. I'm gonna buy Flashfire when it comes out. Like, you know, I'm a TJ Clune stan, basically, is what I'm saying. So, I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it. But it just means that I can't, like, I would love to just buy every single one of his books right now and then just read TJ Clune for the rest of the year. That would be my ideal, that would be my ideal, like, life right there. That's what I would love to do. I do not have the money to do that. I wish I did. I don't. So that means I have to... you know, I'm gonna have to keep myself going with just like buying a few at a time and reading them and then continuing on that trajectory. So, also, I do believe that there are some that I'm gonna be cool with just reading on Kindle, and I'm not gonna need the physical version. I just feel like this is gonna be like one of those ones of his, because he has so many books that are just, you gotta own the physical copy. Like, I read The House in the Cerulean Sea for the first time on audio, and I was like, I never do this, but I was like, I have to buy it. I have to have the physical book, because that book is just, oh my god, I can't even say. Like, I love the Green Creek series, and Wolfsong is my all-time favorite TJ Clune book. I don't think any other book is ever gonna beat that, even from him, just because of what it means to me specifically, like, because of things that are in there and everything. Like, it just touched me in a way that no other book ever has. But that being said, Wolfsong can get really fucking sad. All the books in that series get really fucking sad at certain points. But The House in the Cerulean Sea just really doesn't, I mean, there are sad aspects to it, especially the beginning, because our main character, you can very much tell he's depressed. So, like, that is sad. But most of the book is just like this happy, amazing, like adventure kind of romp kind of thing that's just going on, and it's just such a good time. It is the quintessential feel-good book, and it's gay and it's fun, and like it's so good and it's so funny, and yeah, so it's like literally one of those books that's literally meant to just make you feel happy. So The House of the Cerulean Sea is also one of my all-time favorite books, but it's one of my all-time favorite books in a very different way, in that I go to it because it's just instant happiness, whereas I would say that Wolfsong is not, like, in a way it is, but it's also like, I know I'm gonna go into this and I'm gonna feel some things. I'm not gonna always feel happy. I'm gonna feel some sadness, but like in the best possible way, like in the way that you want to feel it. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm going on a TJ Clune rant. Basically, go read TJ Clune if you haven't. So check out some middle grade. I'm gonna like look up some like middle grade rec videos today, probably from Gavin and Alexandra Roslin, and some of those people's, and just see what they recommend. Of the Lost Cities, I love The Adventurers Guild by Zach Lauren Clark, which I don't hear anybody talk about. That series is so fucking good. It's gay as hell, but in like a subtle way, but like really good. I mean, not in a subtle, like it's very cool, like they literally tell you, but in the way that like it's not all about that, obviously, because it's middle grade, but it's so good. It reminds me of this video game I used to play called Little Kingdom, where you like basically had to build your own kingdom, and it kind of feels like that in some ways. I don't know, it's just really cool. I just really like it. I think it's great. It's kind of very video gamey, because you like get drafted by like a guild at the beginning of the, I say I basically apparently picture myself in this book. Let's just go with that. But what I mean is that the characters, they get drafted at the beginning into different guilds, and there's all these different guilds, and it just, I don't know, it just is basically the perfect storm of all the things that I love about fantasy in general, and just all those kinds of things. So it was just the perfect series for me, and the books are super cute and they're super great. I listened to them on audio, and I would love to own them physically, because I would love to reread them again and like read them that way, because they're just really fucking good, man. They're just great books, and yeah, I just love it. I just think it's great. I just think it's a good time. So if you haven't read that, you should read Percy Jackson, obviously. What other middle grade do I have? Do I have anything else? I have some other Rick Riordan books I haven't read yet that I'm going to read. I love Charlie Bone, and I have those. But I think that's about all on middle grade. I don't know a lot about middle grade, so I just want to, like, get some recs and check some stuff out, because I find myself, middle grade fantasy is honestly superior, okay? Because there's not a lot of like bullshit that we have to deal with in I love YA fantasy, please don't get angry, but I just mean, you're not gonna have a fucking like love triangle in a middle grade. It's just not gonna happen. I think in a way middle grade just allows itself to be, it's more about the magic, it's more about the fantasy aspects of it than it is about character relationships and dynamics and like all that shit, which is still interesting and good, but it's not so focused on the romance anymore. It's literally about the fucking magic. It's literally about the fact that you can like make fireballs and like throw them at people, you know? Like that's actually the main point. It's like, okay, but like what are we gonna do about this? It's not, oh my god, but like I love you. I don't know. Like I just, you know what I mean? I feel like somebody's gonna understand what I'm going with, but like I say that, and then I literally have just talked about how my favorite series of all time is Green Creek by TJ Clune, which is extreme romance. It's paranormal, and I argue there's so much deeper things going on than just the romances in those books. Like I love the romances, but they're not the main things I love about those books. I love the pack dynamics. I love the family relationships that are going on in those books. I love that. And I love the character studies. I feel like that's basically what those books are, character studies of all these very interesting, dynamic, like, people that feel real. They feel like they are real people. So, you know, I'm, like, almost convinced Green Creek is real, and if I go there, I'm going to meet Ox and Joe. And then I will never leave. I will make them bite me, and I will be in the pack dynamic, and I'll be in the pack, and you'll just never hear from me again. is basically where I'm going. That sounds so crazy, and I'm like low-key not kidding about it. But I love it so much. But anyway, yeah, so I want to find some new middle grade so that I can like have some stuff on my like Tristan Strong. I have read the first 2 books in that series. Love Tristan Strong. That was really good. So I have read some middle grade, but I don't really know where to go from here. And so that's why I need to like watch Gavin in them. Hi. Hello. I just realized I haven't updated you guys in a hot minute, and I'm sorry. It's Monday. It's like the 17th, and I haven't updated you guys in a few days, but it's cause Saturday was my birthday, so I had a full day. I went out and went and got my friend Angie, and we went to a couple bookstores, and we went to the anime pop shop, which is like my favorite place. And so I was busy this past weekend, and then we came back to the house and we like watched some Queer Eye, which is what we do, and we like worked on my puzzle and like just kind of hung out. And then I took her back home. We went to Target and I got a few things and stuff like that. And yeah, I got this shirt that I'm wearing and 2 new bras for $30. Isn't that incredible? My Aunt Jill had sent me some money for my birthday, so I just used that. And I got 2 other shirts, and I got what else did I get there? I don't remember. Honestly, I think I got the bras and the shirts, and I think that's all I got at Target. But yeah, oh, whoops. I'm gonna show you the other stuff I got. So at Anime Pop, I got the first 4 volumes of Fire Force, which is so exciting because I love Fire Force. I wanted to get Demon Slayer, but they only had like, volumes like 5 through whatever. They didn't have the first ones, so I got Fire Force instead, which apparently Fire Force is getting a movie just like Demon Slayer did, which is exciting. So I'm excited to watch that. Sorry, let me turn on the light. That's better. And then the other things I got were, I got these 3 books. So these are the next books in the Book of Secrets series, the Secret series. So, because I read the first book and I loved it, and so when we went to Half Price, I was like, oh cool, they have like the next 2, the next 3, so I got them. But we went to Book People, which is like the largest independent bookstore here in Austin, and you guys, it was awful. It was so awful. Like, their layout didn't really make any sense. Also, I couldn't find any of the books I was looking for. I had like a whole list of like middle grade I was looking for, and I was also looking for the new Sebastian de Castell book, and they didn't have any of them. Not any of them. And this is like a list of like 8 books at least, and one of them was like a really popular release. They even said, oh yeah, that one's really popular, I swear I just saw it the other day, and they couldn't find it anywhere. And I'm just like, what the hell? So I got really annoyed because I should have at least been able to find one of the books I was looking for with the amount that I was like had on my list. So yeah, that was pretty annoying. So then we left and we went to Half Price, and again, I had better luck at Half Price. I actually found at least one thing I was looking for, but I didn't find any of the others. Well, I didn't look as hard at Half Price at that point. I was kind of annoyed and just wanting to go home, so. But then we went to Anime Pop because I realized it was 5 minutes from where we were, and that put me in a better mood just because I do really love that store. And the guy that runs it, John, he's a really good guy, and he's really nice. So when there, saw him, got my manga. It was a much pleasurable experience. Also, Anime Pop is like a very small store, so it's like really, you really can't miss much. And also, John knows where literally everything is, so if you can't find something, you just ask him and he's gonna know exactly what it is. Ordered me a bunch of manga before because I was like, I need this series, and he's like, oh, I'll order it and call you, and I was like, cool. And he did, and I went and I got it, and he's great. So we love John. John's great. John's a good guy. My cat is being annoying. He's trying to get my coffee. You can't have my coffee. You're not a human. You're not a human. No, you're not gonna have my coffee. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's crazy now. Anyway, but yeah. Stop it. No. Anyway, yeah, so I'm supposed to be reading the song Rising right now. I will talk to you in the next vlog, and I'm gonna end this one here. Cool? Cool. Okay. Bye!